Hello everybody. Today I'll try to discuss how you can find performance problems of a Next.js website. It's not necessarily for Next.js, it is for any website, but I'll talk specifically about Next.js and React.js because that's the stack I am most familiar with. Now, we'll try to answer three questions. The first question is why? Why you should even care about the performance of Next.js website? There are two benefits. The biggest benefit is the user's experience. So users love fast websites. So as an engineer, whether you are working on the front end or the back end, one of the major tasks that you have to do is optimize the code for performance, right? But no matter what frameworks you are using or how much faster your API is, it will not matter if you don't optimize your front end code properly. That's why we need to find out potential issues or potential problems and try to solve those. Also, it has some other benefits. If your page is fast, then your business will grow. It has SEO benefits, so search engines will prefer your website over other websites and things like that. So that's the thing. Or should I say, as an engineer, you should care about performance. That should be the main reason that you are trying to learn these things. Secondly, let's talk about where we can or how we can find the potential problems or performance problems and how we can fix those problems. So there are many ways, many tools. Some tools are platform specific. For example, if you're using React.js, there are some specific optimization techniques. If you're using Svelte or Vue.js or something like that, those have specific performance optimizations. But today I'll talk about a generic approach. So let's say you just jump into a project and you are tasked with improving the performance of a website. What is the first thing that you do? What I do usually is I use a tool called pagespeed.web.dev. So this is a very great, very good tool which is completely free. You go there, you paste an URL and you paste it here, run the analysis, and you will get the results. So let me first talk about which page I have analyzed. I have analyzed the blog page of my website. There is a specific reason for that. So my blog page contains a lot of articles. There are no paginations, so around 100 articles loads at the same time, right? So if you continue scrolling down, you will see that a lot of images are being loaded with this page. So that's why it is taking a considerable, or it should take a considerable amount of time. If we come to the analysis, we will see that we are getting a score of 59 for performance. I will not talk about these other three scores today. I will focus on performance. So I'm getting 59 for mobile devices. You will see here are two tabs, mobile and desktop, and for mobile I am getting 59. If you go to desktop, you will see it's slightly improved, 81. So usually if you are above 70 or 80, then you are mostly good. It is hard to optimize after that, but our goal should always be to reach 100 or as close to 100 as possible. How these scores are being calculated? These scores are being calculated using the core web vitals. So you will see that we have three main core web vitals: LCP, FID and CLS, and we have some other notable matrices. For example, first contentful paint, interaction to next paint, time to first byte. There are some other factors as well, and I would encourage you to learn more about each of these. These are very important to understand as an engineer. So if we scroll down, the main thing, the main benefit that we get using this tool is we get the problems, the diagnostic problems, and it will tell us what are the problems that we can solve, right? So I can say currently my website or this particular page has two major problems. The first problem is largest contentful paint image was lazily loaded. Now it's an interesting problem. The reason it is happening is if I scroll up, you will see that they're talking about this image. As I'm using Next.js images are automatically lazy loaded for performance. The reason is if you are not viewing the image, then it should not load. For example, for the initial load, you are only seeing this portion of the screen. So all of the images after this line doesn't have to be there, right? So what Next.js does is automatically optimizes everything. Now that becomes a problem, circular problem, because you are not seeing these images, that's right, but you're seeing this image. And the search engines try to see what the images are. and wait until the images are loaded. So these three images are lazily loaded as well, and that's causing the problem. And the solution is I have to change a specific property for these three images to load them eagerly, right? So if I search with eagerly load nextjs images, I can see that nextjs already provides us some uh, parameters where we can pass this priority that can load these images on our initial load, or in the first byte, should I say. So if I modify these three images, then I get both of the benefits. So these three images will be lazily loaded and it will solve this particular problem, and the rest of the images will be so the first two will not be lazily loaded, and this will be lazily loaded, and it will improve the score even more. The second problem is avoid an excessive DOM size. So this particular page, as I mentioned earlier, has a lot of components, over 100 articles, and each of the articles have their own components, nested components as well, which makes this page a huge page. So when Google is loading this page for the first time, it is seeing that it has a lot of DOM elements, which is not good, which is reducing the speed of our page. What is the solution for that? We can implement pagination here. For example, initially we can clearly see we are viewing at most 6 articles. So let's say on the first load I only load 10, just to be on the safe side. After the page is loaded, then I asynchronously call the API to get the other articles. So instead of loading 100 articles at the same time, I am loading 10. Okay, so this optimization can solve this avoid excessive DOM size problem as well. So I'm talking about these problems solutions from a nextjs point of view, but if you want to learn more about why these things are happening, they provide some links as well here, so you can see that the performance effects of too much lazy loading, right? As you can see that our initial problem, we are lazy loading everything, and that's the problem. So you can read this article to understand how we can solve this problem. Also, for this avoid excessive DOM size, we have another article here where you can see how to avoid these problems, right? What are the techniques and approaches? So just being able to build something sometimes is not enough. As an engineer, you should always strive for perfection, and this tool is a great way of doing that. You can run analysis on any public page basically, and it also tracks the last 28-day user experience as well. So these scores are not these scores are calculated right now, but these core web vitals assessments are calculated on a 28-day period, which is really nice for most websites. So that's how you can optimize your nextjs website speeds. Let me show you another page. So this is the experience page of my website. It's pretty simple, no images there, just some texts, and I ran an analysis here as well. Here you can see I'm getting 96 for desktop. For mobile I'm also getting 96. So it's pretty fast. It's so fast that it doesn't even matter if you're in the mobile or the desktop, right? So, and we can see that we don't have those issues here. We just have a small opportunity of reducing unused JavaScript. Again, you can read these articles to learn about how you can do this. I'm not going to go into too much details today. Just wanted to show you how you can analyze the performance problems and how you can fix those for Next.js. And hopefully if you're using something different, if you're using Vue.js or Svelte.js, the core concepts are basically same. You should have a good understanding of how core web vitals work and how you can optimize your website. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new today. Have a wonderful day.